Hello everybody, it's this gaming girl Kate, and today I'm going to be talking about why I'm not such a big fan of Sims 4. And it will include a little bit of a conspiracy theory which I alluded to in my tweets. So this is to commemorate the fact that Sims 4 has been around for 2 years now, and they have their third expansion pack launching today pretty much. And that is The Sims 4 City Living. And I'm getting a little bit of hype. I wrote a big blog post about my emotions, my expressions, how I felt throughout the entire Sims series, but now I'm just going to kind of state some facts for you all. Sims 1 was released in 2000 and had 7 expansion packs during its 4-year life cycle. Sims 2 was released in 2004 with 8 expansion packs in its 5-year life cycle. The Sims 3 came out in 2009 and had 11 expansion packs in its 5-year life cycle. Can we just? 11 expansion packs, that's insane. I mean, it's incredible, but holy crap. So it kind of went from 7 expansions to 8 expansions to 11 expansions, and they all kind of had similar life cycles. You know, 4 or 5 years roughly. And now we're on to The Sims 4, which is the most recent game, and it's been around for 2 years now, and we've only just got our 3rd expansion. So let's do a little bit of rough maths. 2 years, 3 expansions. In 4 years maybe we'll get 6, maybe 7. That's as many expansions as we got in Sims 1, if we're lucky. And we got, you know, filler things, like we've got game packs, we've got stuff packs, but Sims 2 and Sims 3 had stuff packs and they still managed to bring out all of those expansions. So I'm not understanding that. And let's be honest, Sims 4 was launched with disappointment. There were no toddlers, like babies were not interactive, they had to come with a bassinet, so it was kind of like we were back in Sims 1 where babies were not, you know, the babies are the same as Sims 1, it's basically what I'm getting to here. The babies in Sims 4 are just like we've gone back to 2000 and we've got those babies, which I don't know why we've gotten such a downgrade, massive downgrade, huge downgrade, and I don't understand that. And then I also want to mention that pools and hot tubs were available in Sims 1 base game as well. Maybe we want to have a think about that, because it wasn't until some digital download, upgrade, patch, whatever you want to call it, that Sims 4 was like, oh, guess what guys, pools have been released and ghosts have been released. And these were things that from memory were available in the Sims 1 base pack. So I don't know what's going on there. And then one thing that I really don't like about The Sims 4, and this is something that I did not think would bug me at all, but when you're going to work, okay, I used to love that it would be like your carpool or your bus or whatever would come to pick you up to go to wherever you needed to go an hour beforehand, and it would take into account the commute. But in Sims 4, it's like you start work at 9 o'clock and at 9 o'clock, poof, you just evaporate into thin air and just end up being at the place you need to be. That makes no sense. We've had carpools and school buses since Sims 1. And now we don't have cars, which we had in Sims 2 in one of the expansion packs. We don't have school buses or carpools. We don't have any real method of transportation aside from jogging, which, yeah, that's cool, that's great. We've had that for a few games now too. But you're taking a lot of the realism out of this. And I mean, I'm not trying to say that I liked Sims being super realistic or anything like that. I loved the character and the emotion that the Sims had, especially in Sims 1 and Sims 2. There was just something about Sims 1 and Sims 2 that can't really be recreated. And I don't know why, I don't know what it was. It was just the character and the personality of the game. The game just had a personality. And Sims 3 was phenomenal. Fantastic. Open world, fully 3D. You know, you had all these new experiences and you could travel, and there were cars in the game. You still had carpools, which actually really makes me quite happy. And then Sims 4, they've changed the world into like a small thing, similar actually to Sims 1. And they've changed it back to loading screens, which we had in Sims 1 and Sims 2. And they've kind of brought everything back down in its simplicity. There's no more wants or fears that came out in Sims 2. I mean, the versions of them aren't as influential on the game, I've noticed. This is just my personal opinion. You can disagree with me all you want. But there's something I've noticed about this game. The entire generation, like the whole series, the whole franchise, the Sims franchise, okay? I've loved Sims from Sims 1. From day dot, the moment I knew about it, I was in love. Sims 1 was the first of its kind. It was an insane, brand new, spectacular, never before thought of concept. And it got a whole bunch of people interested in the idea. Then Sims 2 was a little bit of progression on that. It got people that loved Sims 1 and introduced them to things like fingers and mirrors that worked and little things that were incredible at the time. Technologically groundbreaking and just influencing the gameplay like nobody's business. It made it so... It was captivating. Sims 2 was captivating, and the expansions added to the level of gameplay, and every game was different, every sim was different. They had their own personalities and characteristics and lifelong wishes and just things that it made the game like, wow, I thought Sims 1 was amazing, but now we have the Sims 2 and whoa. And we had 3 floor, was it 3 floor or 4 floor? Yeah, you could build more than 2 floors. Sims 3 comes along, and everyone who loved Sims 2 was like, oh my fucking god, are you kidding me? Look at this game, it is incredible, it has made the Sims go absolutely ballistic, and everyone was madly in love with it. The only thing is, because they made it a little bit more, how do you say, in depth, there was more detail involved. It was one of those games that excluded people who weren't into, I guess, the gaming community. Not that Sims and the gaming community particularly connect on a lot of levels, but if you don't have a strong enough computer, you were excluded from The Sims 3 for the sheer fact that it was a big game. Like, it was a hefty game. It needed some power, okay? And Sims 3 was the first of the Sims to be released on Mac, which was incredible because Mac was gaining popularity then. Schools in Australia at least were giving away MacBooks for students. It was just kind of really cool. It was just one of those things that you didn't realize you loved until The Sims 4 came out, and everything was... It's like playing The Sims 1 again. There's no depth in gameplay. In The Sims 1, your Sims didn't have any goal except for make money and move up to the house up the top, which was the biggest. And now it's kind of like the same. You don't have any... I don't know, there's nothing that makes me go, oh man, I'm addicted, like I need to play this family. In Sims 1, Sims 2, Sims 1. Sims 1 I didn't have that either. But in Sims 2 and Sims 3, where you started having that legacy aspect, where you could get a Sim, give them 2,000 simoleons and make them build their entire life from scratch, and you just had this connection with the characters, the Sims. Sims 1 didn't have that because you couldn't really do that. And then Sims 4 doesn't have that because there's really a level of depth to the game that is lacking. And because of that, I didn't even know that Sims 4 had been around for 2 years until I saw the Lazy Game Review make a video about 2 years of meh. Which is exactly it. Like, it's just 2 years of eh. And we've only just gotten our 3rd expansion, which again, I didn't hear about. And I don't know if that's because I haven't been, you know, rock hard about the franchise lately, or if it's because the franchise hasn't been worth getting rock hard about. I'm thinking more the latter than the former, because I do absolutely still love The Sims. I miss The Sims 2 and I miss The Sims 3. I hate that this is an aspect of it, but it saddens me that the popularity of that has gone away. They're older games, you can't get patches for things like Island Paradise. You have to download some created content so that it will actually work, because the game was broken, and because now Sims 4 has been launched, Sims 3 Island Paradise is shit. It doesn't work. So if you guys know the patch or the thing to install for that to work again, I can't even remember. It's been so long since I played Sims 3 Island Paradise that I can't remember exactly what it is that doesn't work. But if you know how to fix it, please let me know. Compatibility issues and problems with the old games aren't being touched, and as such it makes it difficult to play them. And then Sims 4 isn't as entertaining. It's like Sims 1 if Sims 1 was made in 2014. And that is what leads me to my conspiracy theory. So Sims 1 was a raving success, like the best-selling game of its time. Then Sims 2 came out and beat it, okay? And Sims 3, I'm pretty sure, would have beaten it again. But then by that stage, they had done everything they could with the game. So they had to kind of tone it back a bit, because they gave us everything you could possibly imagine. And especially with all the expansions, by the end of that game, holy hell. Like, there was just nothing more they could possibly release. So they came out with Sims 4 and they took away a lot of things. Now, whether that's in order to sell it again in expansions or further things, because expansions, to be honest with you, they've been lackluster, and I think that's because the base game was painfully lackluster. My theory is, now, hold tight. I feel like from Sims 1 to Sims 2, that level of change and that level of excitement and that level of, wow, look at that, they've got fingers and working reflections, and they can have toddlers, and they can age up past adulthood, and they become old, and they have this full family, like, wow, that level of excitement. And I understand that we do have elderly and, you know, dying of old age in The Sims 4 now, but that level of excitement, I think that is going to be the same from Sims 4 to Sims 5. So this is my prediction, okay? I'm not a psychic, I'm not coming for you psychic twins, I'm not coming for you Shane Dawson. I'm just saying that my conspiracy theory about this entire thing, and my prediction, is that Sims 4 was purposefully made to be the Sims 1 of the time, to get new people involved. Because if they kept making the game better, they would have excluded all the people who aren't hardcore fans. So in order to keep their sales improving, which I don't think it worked quite as well for them. I haven't looked at the statistics, please correct me if I'm wrong, but in order for them to get new people involved in the game, they had to dumb it down, make the gameplay really simple so they could get casual people involved, so that they could turn them into Sims fans, so that they could release Sims 5 and then please both the hardcore simmers and the new time simmers. So that is my theory. Fingers crossed, Sims 5 in 3 to 4 years from now, fingers crossed, it will be a groundbreaker. Like, hopefully, I swear to God, I really sincerely hope that Sims 5 is as phenomenal as Sims 2 was back when Sims 2 was released in 2004. I really hope that Sims 4 is just a restart button, because I don't think it's graphically much better from Sims 3. Gameplay is worse than Sims 2 even. I don't know, I haven't checked my settings, but I feel like the game is harder with mundane tasks like sleeping and eating, and time feels different. Like, nothing in the game feels good. Nothing in the game feels good with Sims 4. So I sincerely hope that Sims 5 will be Sims 2 of 2020, if that makes sense. Let me know what you guys think of my conspiracy in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about Sims 4 and the entire franchise if you like. And I'm gonna stream something now, so if you want, come check me out. twitch.tv/GaryFrankfurt. Yeah, what, should I make Sims 4 gameplay for this channel? I feel like I should. I don't know. Let me know if you guys want Sims gameplay or if you want other things. So I'm gonna go and edit this. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think about Sims 4 and Sims 3 and the entire franchise down below. And you guys will see me in the next video, so make sure you subscribe so you know what it is. Okay?